Bronze Boys bracket breakdown. We're going through EMEA bracket first. Keep in mind that this is the FACEIT qualifiers bracket through, well, I guess not FACEIT qualifiers, the FACEIT bracket for the Esports World Cup qualifiers. And due to the Major 1 in Dallas, Space Station and ENCE have already qualified for the Esports World Cup. So if they land in the top 3, which we assume they will, their spots will be passed down to 4th and 5th place. So we're going to kick it off here with the first round. I'm here with my buddy Adam. What are we thinking? Space Station Gaming versus Sovereigns, Adam. Who do we got rolling that one?
I think we have to take the favorites. Space Station here, the number
The
one
number
team
one
in Europe.
seed. Are we sure we want to just make it real easy like that? I guess that's probably the easiest way to do any of this. And then Team Peps. Oh, I guess we could do score. What do you think? Or you think Space Station's dropping a map here, or what?
No, I don't think Space Station drops on that.
Are we going 3-0 then?
Yeah.
Oh, Fook, that looks horrible. Hold on, wrong one. Oh, Jesus, dude. Where's the little marker thing? Here we go. 3-0. See you later. And then Team Peps versus Twisted Minds. This is actually a really good match because they played each other very recently in the round robin tournament, and Team Peps actually won this 2-0. But I don't think Twisted Minds is playing their full lineup, and Twisted Minds do have Kellen and Vigilante from the Korean region that are brand new on their team in this round robin. So, what are we thinking here, Adam? You know, the previous matchup was 2-0 Team Peps in a pretty not competitive one, but do we think Twisted Minds is gonna come roaring back with their Koreans more in tune with their team play, or what here?
So you said Peps won the last match, but they're not bringing their full roster this
No,
match.
no, no, no. Twisted Minds wasn't playing their full roster when they lost 2-0
Oh,
to Peps.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm leaning more towards Team Peps here,
Yeah, not
with
really.
that Malgus stuff, and they've got Zodial
Yeah, they get
on
Rogue Zoe. Pretty
Cassidy.
good.
He's pretty good, but I think it's gonna be close. So we give it, what do you say, 3-2 to Team Peps?
Definitely a map 5. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. 3-2 to Team Peps here. And that leaves poor Sovereigns in the lower bracket along with Twisted Minds. Oh, jeez. So, the breakdown of Sovereigns, for anybody who doesn't know, they were in a three-way tie with New Age and Celtis, and New Age squeezed in the 7 seed, based on FACEIT qualifier or FACEIT ELO points or some crazy FACEIT thing based on tournaments inside their client. So they got the 7 seed, and then Sovereigns and Celtis had to play off to get the 8 seed. And I mean, it's cool that they got the 8 seed, but tough draw. So we're gonna go 3-2 here for the Peps, and we'll go down to Virtus Pro and New Age. Virtus Pro, formerly known as Ataraxia, the 2 seed who beat Team ENCE here that we all know in the round robin. So, and New Age is again the 7 seed. Nothing crazy there. Um, I think this is going to be a pretty fast match. What do you think, Adam? I'm thinking like
Yeah, I think
a pretty pretty
Virtus Pro's
3-0.
DPS line is just very good.
Yeah, I'm thinking pretty 3-0 right here.
Shockwave, Cloud, and Sona is a very good DPS line.
I could not agree more.
And Canale on support.
Canaleon supports a really good Baptiste. Oh, but yeah, I'm thinking Virtus Pro, formerly Ataraxia, darn good team. And then what do you think about ENCE versus Quick Esports here? Who do you think's moving
Looking
on?
looking at Quick Esports roster, I'm thinking Quick Esports is gonna have a quick loss here.
A quick loss for Quick Esports.
And China and Kyo compete with Pepster Kai.
Could not agree more there. It's whenever you put the caliber of teams such as ENCE against some of these lower end teams, you know, inevitably being the higher seeds, teams with that much experience, that much veterancy do not go down to those teams. I'm thinking a 3-0 as well. Even running that Sigma composition, I think it's a pretty given that that's a 3-0. I think really the only close match is Team Peps and Twisted Minds, which is your 4 or 5 seeds. So I think that's the only match that should be close, and I think the only match that's gonna be close as well. We're gonna move down here to our lower bracket. Twisted Minds versus Sovereigns. Yeah, I don't think that's particularly close either. I think as hard as Sovereigns fought to get into this top 8 tournament, I think this is going to be a pretty quick 0-6 exit for them. And you know, glad they could make it here and all, but yeah, I don't think
the roster to compete with these top teams.
I don't think that's a competing roster. And now New Age versus Quick Esports. I think oh gosh, this is really a toss up in my opinion. We can look at what do we got here? I don't even know who's on. Quick Esports is I can't remember if this is the dive team or if it's New Age as the dive team. I think New Age is the dive team, but I could have that completely backwards. One of these teams only runs dive. You know, the more I think about it, it might be Quick Esports. But regardless, I think that Quick Esports actually pulls this off. Not that it matters at the end of the day. Well, it actually might matter at the end of the day, but not that it really does. I think this is probably just a 3-1 result. I'm not sure how the map picks are going in this time around. If it's the same format as we saw before at Dallas or not. And then we come up here to the all important upper bracket: Space Station versus Team Peps. I don't know about you, Adam, but I don't think Space Station plays this team close at all. I think it's just an absolute 3-0 walkover for Space Station. I mean, I think Space Station is by far and away like the best team out here in EMEA, and as much as we like the Team Peps guys and we know them and they've been around forever, I mean, it'll be a great match for viewership. Everybody likes all of the players there, but I mean, I don't think that anybody really holds a torch to Space Station Gaming in most of this EMEA bracket. And then we get the rematch of Ataraxia now, Virtus Pro versus ENCE. What are we thinking here? I'm thinking that obviously your experience weighs out in a tournament format. I'm thinking like it's really hard to beat Kevster Kai twice, especially when they're trying in a tournament format. Now, the interesting part of this is that are they really going to be trying is a real question to ask, considering they've already qualified for Esports World Cup. I assume they won't. Whatever measly amount of prize money is there. But, I mean, they really don't have to sweat as much as, these other 6 teams in this bracket. So,
I think this could definitely be a close one for the reasons you just stated.
you know,
And oh, your girlfriend's in chat, Reese. Said it smells like poo in here.
okay, that's just rude. That's just rude. But I do think I do think that they're playing on the same patch that they just beat Ents on. They have the momentum, and I don't know if Ents really needs to try here. Is the thing. You obviously don't want to lose going into these tournaments, but like I think I could see a 3-2 here in moves of Virtus Pro. I think that
I like that.
I think that's fine.
We gotta make some bold preds here.
I think that's realistic.
Bold preds gotta get made at some point. And I like this one.
And then I believe it swaps. They swap sides of the bracket. So Team Peps goes to the lower end here, and then Ents.
She said you typically don't read chat, so she thought she could get away with it.
That's crazy. I got Adam reading my chat. I got an op on the inside. And that leaves us a really good lower bracket quarterfinal of Ents versus Twisted Minds, and keep in mind the
sorry, Libby.
The 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth place team here would all go to the Esports World Cup. So that's what they're really fighting for here. And Ents versus Twisted Minds, I think that's a very interesting matchup, and I think Ents might be a little frustrated if they lose this match, which we thought they did. So I think they're going to kind of turn it on and go into kind of veteran tournament mode, and give it like I think they're going to beat this Twisted Minds team. What do you think, Adam?
I think. Wait a second. So, holy crap! How many players Ents have? It says 30 players.
Yeah, it says
what is Mirror joining?
A ton. There's just a ton of random players.
I think that all these Chase and Pistola are most likely to get all the play time, and I think they're better than Kellen.
And not to hate on Kellen, I'm a Kellen believer, but it's hard to come into a new environment, especially a mixed roster, and expect to perform, kind of at your peak immediately. Which is,
I think it definitely could be a map 5 though.
Yeah, and that's the same struggle that we saw with Team Peps early in the round robin with them. I could give this a 3-2. I could be convinced to give this a 3-2.
For sure.
And then Team Peps versus Quick Esports. I don't think this is close. I think this is kind of a walkover for Team Peps. I think that
have to agree.
That's where the 4-5 seed matchup really comes into play there of who you got to avoid here, Ataraxia or Ents. So we'll move on. Team Peps and Ents. And this is going to be a good matchup. Ents versus Team Peps.
That's a banger.
What are we thinking here, man? This is kind of a mix of styles. The Team Peps rush style versus the Ents kind of Sigma poke style. Team Pep's been around a lot of that Malga, Pharah, and that Cassidy with Zodial and an FD god on the Lucio, perma-speeding everybody around, feeding in.
I think... Wait a second. I just think that the support... I think support line is the weakest part of Peps. Looking at this.
Yeah.
Maybe FD gods turn it around. Who knows?
But I
With a
also
bit of
I
a
also
wild card.
I also think that we've seen Kai not be particularly impressive on the hit scan roll,
Yeah, for sure.
whereas Zodiel has been
So he's been crazy.
the best Cassidy player, like arguably in the world. He's
Sure.
been like solo carrying this team pep squad some games. Um, and Kai is quite frankly look just like pretty unimpressive. Maybe he's just quietly doing his job, but I haven't seen him have no any pop off moments in my memory of the past I would say months. Um, but I don't know what matchup do we think works out here? Do we think the Sigma composition beats the Mauga composition? Is the question at the end of the day. And I think it
I
probably
think
does.
I think it can. I think I think Ents can make it.
But I'll give him a 3-2 here.
Yeah, I think really close.
And then we'll move Ents on up. And then, do we think it is now time for Space Station Gaming to lose a map? I don't think so.
Lose a map.
I don't think so.
I still don't think so.
I think that it is simply too easy for this Space Station Gaming squad. Like,
yeah, Hadi's just a fucking monster. Probably the best tank in fucking EU.
I think they have.
Financial Lane is a monster backline.
I think they have every best piece in every role for their team.
Yeah, Sparker's actually been impressive.
Sparker has been on fire as Cassidy. Yeah. So I think they simply have the best person in every single role, arguably in the EMEA that they use. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like Kevster's the best tracer, but they don't hardly use the tracer. They sub in Psycho for their tracer role anyway. So, yeah, and then we get the run back here. Now, call us crazy. Call me crazy at least. We said it was hard to beat Ents twice in a row. It is even harder to beat them 3 times in a row.
Oh, that's fair.
So, I'm leaning towards Team Ents here.
Yeah, I think Ents.
And
they'll pick it up once they get knocked into the loser bracket.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this is probably a 3-1. If you want to go 3-2, I could be convinced, but I think they're kind of gonna get on their horse.
Yeah, I can see that.
We'll go 3-1, sure. And then we get a classic EMEA final of Space Station
wants to see
versus Ents.
Final the people want.
And
it's the best 2 teams going at it.
And what are we thinking here for the 17th time that we've seen this?
I think I'm 4-2.
4-2 Space Station.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all down for that. I'm all down for that. So then out here, what I assume they would do is have like another match in between this Twisted Minds and Quick Esports for that 5th place match, considering we have teams 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 out here that qualify. I think this 5th place match will literally be like, I think they will just take the loser of this, because that would be the 5th place.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would get your Space Station and by default here from Dallas, and then you would get that Ataraxia team. Team Peps finally making a tournament. And then your Twisted Minds versus your Quick Esports. And then I think they would play either. I mean, this match has such heavy implications. They should play it best of 7, but they'll probably just play first of 3. But I think something to talk about here is these two teams got in from Dallas. And then who would have thought that Twisted Minds had such a fall from grace that they were going to win the stage 1 in EMEA, putter out so pathetically in stage 2, not make it to Dallas, and look at themselves possibly like playing a qualification match to get into the Esports World Cup when they just had a lot of promise, and seeing them here is shocking to me, down so far kind of in the trenches for them. But at the end of the day, I think that it's not confirmed how these teams will be decided, but I think they'll just play a 5th place match to get into the Esports World Cup, whether that's on broadcast or not, or anywhere. Or they might even go map differential in the tournament, but if they do end up playing a match, I'm going to give this probably like a 3-0 towards Twisted Minds. I think they're, top 5 in EMEA still has a pretty big gap between 6, 7, and 8. So these would be your 5 teams for Dallas, or for Esports World Cup: Space Station Ents, Virtus Pro, Team Peps, and Twisted Minds. That's our bracket breakdown for EMEA.